You guys have just beat many of your underrated games in the past, and today, in honor of our 100th video, I will be rating some games suggested by you, ranging from anime games
to horror games out of 5 stars.
Subscribe to become OP. Starting with one of the most suggested anime games from you guys, and this game is titled Shonen Unleashed, which was released last year as an opponent to ABA. Which we know how these games go, they usually die out due to not being able to compete with ABA's massive roster of characters and its familiarity with its player base. And Shonen Unleashed unfortunately suffered the same fate as Anime Showdown and AUR, but surprisingly, Shonen Unleashed was actually kind of fun, and low-key was one of the most enjoyable games I played today. I thought it would just be another ABA killer, but there is something about this game that feels polished and super clean, and it even maintains consistent updates despite its poor player count averaging around 100 players, which usually would discourage any developer on Roblox from continuing support. But despite this, unfortunately, due to the low player count, you can't really play ranked properly since it takes forever to get into a match, so you have to stick to casual matches in public servers, which was still a lot of fun. Okay, let's keep fighting, bro. It's 3 against 2. I might die immediately to this JoJo user. Oh yeah, I'm locked in. Locked in like the alien. I don't even know what I said right there. I referenced locked in alien in 2025. And it's honestly sad to see a game like this be in such a dead state, because it does have a lot of mechanics that separate it from ABA. The one thing I will say is that the M1s can sometimes feel a bit clunky and the hitboxes can sometimes be wonky, but that's to be expected out of these types of games. ABA has mastered M1s at this point, but ABA also has a grand total of 130 plus characters, and Shonen Unleashed only has around 40 or so. There's just no beating that level of quantity that ABA has. I'll give Shonen Unleashed a 4 out of 5 stars, a genuinely enjoyable arena fighter that definitely deserves much more love, but ends up falling short due to the ABA curse. The second game we have probably has the lowest player count out of any game in this video, and that game is titled Crossover Arena. And as the name suggests, this is a crossover arena fighter with a bit of a twist, as it not only has some anime characters, but also has characters from movies and video games like Persona, which is key. There's also characters like Spider-Man 2099, which is absolutely broken in this game, but that's besides the point. Crossover Arena obviously had some love put into it by the developers, because each character feels like representation of themselves from their respective worlds, even down to how you fight with them. So I was super surprised to have realized that this game only has about 5 to 10 people playing it at a time. The balance due to the sheer amount of characters in this game is pretty non-existent, and one of the maps practically makes it unplayable when playing against Spider-Man 2099, who can open portals and just run around 24/7. But I really like the concept of this game. It's something that's not quite really been pulled off on Roblox before, so it would have been nice to see this game be more popular. It still gets updates from time to time, but it's nowhere near close to a revival. It feels a little older, so that can lead to various glitches and bugs, also worsening the experience of Crossover Arena. But for now, this game is just wasted potential at a 3.5 out of 5 stars. Hey, shout out to the guy who repeatedly suggests this game in the comments for months. This one is for you, my guy. Dragon Ball Nexus. Now, if you couldn't tell from my YouTube channel layout, I am a huge Dragon Ball fan, and I played a lot of the Roblox DBZ games growing up as a kid, like DBZ Final Stand, DBOG, which came back recently, but it just never felt like Roblox Dragon Ball games really reached that peak of replicating the anime. Dragon Ball Nexus, on the other hand, did it amazingly, and honestly reminds me of like the Sparking Zero / Xenoverse style of gameplay, and it looks really good for a Roblox game too. I mean, the tutorial is literally an exact replica of the Bardock versus Frieza Force fight. As you know, Frieza destroys Planet Vegeta and all that, and it was really well made, like surprisingly, and it got me super immersed. Oh, come on. We know we don't win this. Come on. Oh, we're dead. This game also has so many characters as well too, in different game modes like survival and free-for-all. And I think an RPG mode where you can go from level 1 and beyond would be so cool, like something similar to Dragon Soul, but I think in this game it would actually be a lot better. Dragon Ball Nexus averages about 600 players, but so far from what I've played, I would give Dragon Ball Nexus a 4 out of 5 star rating. The next game is similar to Item Asylum, the game I played in the last rating video, which I gave a 2.5 star rating, and I'm sorry, Item Asylum players, but that's the objective rating for the game. But in all seriousness, Allsuions is the next game I ended up playing, and it was as random as a randomizer could get on Roblox. Randomizer games are full to the brim with internet meme culture and the loudest sound effects known to man that will blast your ears to oblivion. But I will say that there was a moment that made a Yakuza fan such as myself cry tears of joy and laughter. What? What is this? Is this a heat action? I mean, this is obviously a Yakuza reference, but it's like, what? Okay, we're in a cutscene. Oh, I'm Majima. Wait, nah, this is actually fire. Are we just teammates now, randomly? Oh my god. Boom! This caught me extremely off guard, but made this game super enjoyable for the time, and I played it because of how chaotic it was. Allsuions averages about 50 to 70 players, so I honestly would give Allsuions about a 3 out of 5, to be honest, because it's nothing but your standard randomizer meme game that's not really meant to be taken seriously, but it gave me a good laugh, and I think that counts for something. And just like with Item Asylum, it's way better with friends to fool around with, obviously. Next, onto probably the greatest underrated game on Roblox of all time, Phighting. The music you just heard was literally from the Phighting OST, which goes super crazy for a Roblox game especially. Phighting's whole aesthetic reminds me heavily of Splatoon mixed with a little bit of Overwatch. The art design is incredible on each one of the beautifully designed maps, and each hero is super unique, of course. The balancing of these heroes is a different story, but I found myself gravitating towards this scythe character since you can use the scythe, of course, and you also can switch to this machine gun and blast your opponent. But basically, each hero has a few abilities they can use, and also in hero shooter fashion, an overpowered ultimate ability which can tip the scale in your team's favor, whether you're playing team deathmatch or capture the point. But without a healer, just like in Marvel Rivals, you probably will get dog walked, but if you just want to be brain dead and not use a single figment of your brain cells, then you should use the Banhammer character, which is absolutely broken with his massive health pool and devastating damage output. This is insane! 10 kill streak! I didn't die not one time! Dude, nah, this is absolutely broken. But yeah, Phighting is always a joy to play and return to, and has quickly become a sleeper hit for me when I'm just bored and want something to play on Roblox. Phighting averages around 500 players, so Phighting gets a 4.5 out of 5 stars. Only reason it doesn't get a straight up 5 is because of the balancing of the characters being kind of wonky, but other than that, a spectacular game with a beautiful art style and soundtrack. The community's kind of weird though. Now, this next game was suggested by your favorite Roblox tower defense yapper by the name of Perry FC, and it's titled Blood, Sweat, and Pixels. Now, this game has an amazing art direction. You can see that immediately from loading in the lobby, and the music was also fire. Now, the gameplay is basically a randomizer game, but this isn't your standard randomizer. The maps actually have tons of interactions that spice up the gameplay, not to mention each one of them are some of the best looking maps I've seen for a Roblox PvP game. The maps can also kill you if you aren't careful though. Yo, this gun is insane. Ow! No! Now, I do wish there was more weapons in the game, but the ones that are here, like the paintbrush from Splatoon, or even the 6-shooter and the multitude of other melee weapons like a damn chainsaw, were a lot of fun to play with. But it could just become stale though, since there aren't many weapons in the game to begin with, and you can find yourself playing with the same weapons every round. But I really enjoyed my time with Blood, Sweat, and Pixels, and it was a pleasant surprise indeed, and blew me away despite it only averaging around 300 players daily. So this game will get a 4 out of 5 stars. Now, this game has arguably one of the most insufferable fan bases who will not let you talk about underrated games without playing this first. The game is Hours. This game is a roguelite, which to the game's credit is one of, if not the best roguelite on the platform. The game is pretty straightforward. You start off as this character which has the ability to stop time and life steal, and as you go from level to level and upgrade this character to become overpowered, get it? Because my name is TechieOP. As you beat each level, and each level consists of different unique enemy types which riddle down your HP bar until you fight one of the bosses for the specific level. Now, what I will say is that this game has one major flaw, and that is that most of the bosses in this game can be beaten in the same way, and that is by running around and spamming abilities once there is an opening. But what can change this is the specific characters you eventually unlock, which allow you to play through the game's levels completely different, which I thought was awesome. Another problem is that a lot of the game's content is locked behind a paywall, which kind of sucks, especially since the game is unsupported by the developers as of now, and we may see no more levels being added despite the community's efforts to get the developers to revive the game, so it continues to lay in the dust. I will say though, I kinda understand why these levels are locked behind a Roblox paywall, because the developers need to make money somehow and there's no other Roblox transactions, and besides, the levels are super fun and enjoyable, so they are well worth the Robux. I just wish they would kinda make them free since the game isn't getting supported anyway. Hours averages about 100 players, so I'll give Hours a 4 out of 5 stars. It's a game lacking in content, but has a lot of heart and is super well made for its genre on Roblox. Now, on to probably my most favorite underrated game that I've played today, Killer Chase 2, which is a horror game, and if you don't know, I am easily jump scareable. I don't even know if that's a word, but bro, I be like a bitch when it comes to horror games. Why am I already getting kind of scared, bro? What is that sound? Oh shit! Pillar Chase 2 kind of reminds me of Dead by Daylight mixed with Slender Man, as you are being chased around by a killer while you do specific tasks to either A, survive the timer, or B, complete every task to win as the survivor. But of course, while doing this, there is no shortage of scary moments. Oh my god! No, wait. Oh my god, bro, how did that scare me? Oh my god, people are dying. Oh my god. I'm the only one alive? He's gonna kill me. He's gonna kill me.
Hi, how are you?
Oh my god. Bro, why am I so scared of this, bruh? I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm actually dead. I'm actually dead. But it isn't as if during these chase sequences you can't avoid the killers, so you know I had to channel my inner Koya's Kenshin for the one time. Where's Mr. Pinky? Oh, choked him! Choked him! Choked him! Choked him! He's not getting me today! Let's go! And as the killer, obviously your objective is simple: to kill every survivor before the timer runs out. In this game, you have a pretty decent selection of different characters from other horror games, or even like internet horror characters like Sonic EXE or MX. But I picked Baldi's Basics because I don't know, I like the game, so I picked them. And of course I lost because I didn't know what the hell I was doing, but it was still an extremely fun experience overall, and I am so glad that I played this game. But on a side note, in the lobby, the game literally lets you play FNF. Pop beep pop pop. Pop 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 pop. Pow. It averages about 4K players, so it is kind of popular. So Pillar Chase 2, you will get a 5 out of 5 star rating, a really simple and exhilarating horror experience on Roblox. Now this game has nothing to do with pizza, but its title, Pizza Game, a Doom inspired, Ultra Kill inspired Roblox roguelike shooter that doesn't even look like Roblox, and it isn't about pizza, but you do shoot demons and devils, so it's pretty fun, I guess. So basically, Pizza Game is an extremely high quality game, and its gameplay is very fun and has a high skill ceiling. I am absolutely trash at these types of games, but I still found it to be a very great experience. It's similar to something like Hours. You go through a level, and then at the end, after killing most of the enemies and reaping their souls, which is the main mechanic for progressing and reviving yourself, you fight a boss at the end of each level. But if you die, you have to restart from level 1 and do it all over again, this time with better abilities you got from your last run of the game. Yeah, this game averages around 300 players, and I'll give Pizza Game a 4.5 out of 5 stars. Feels like a game that honestly could have been on Steam, and yeah, I just sucked at it, unfortunately. Next is Superstar Racers. It looks like a game that is heavily inspired by Super Mario Sunshine. It's an obby styled game similar to Speedrun 4, but it was very different in art style, and it was beautiful and vibrant, and the actual gameplay mechanics were really intuitive. Plus, it was quite difficult to get the hang of at first, which made for a fun game to learn to progress in. And man, the soundtrack is absolutely fire. This game also made me rage a few times though, I'm not gonna lie. This game averages around 300 players. I don't have too much to say about Superstar Racers, but it is definitely worth a try from what I've played. I'll give this game a 4.5 out of 5 stars. It is absolutely beautiful. Now, I would put Pilgrammed on this list because I have been getting spammed by so many people to play Pilgrammed, but I don't really think I played enough of it to give it a proper rating. But as an honorable mention, Pilgrammed is one of the most simple RPGs I've played, but it is sneakily addictive. I mean, I've been playing it for the past couple days, and I went from only thinking I would play like an hour to playing like 3 hours of this game. So far from what I've experienced of Pilgrimmed though, I would give it a 4 out of 5 stars. For you fans of the game out there, I hope you are happy now that it has been included in something. So stop harassing me, please. But this game is pretty good, man. I'm not gonna lie. It's so simple, but the bosses are surprisingly entertaining, and getting loot from the bosses was really enjoyable. And even the areas of the game, although the game again is very simple graphically, it fits the game. But another honorable mention isn't really a game, but it's something that will make your Roblox experience and finding these underrated games much easier, and that is Better Discovery, a search engine and player reviewed system that actually searches through Roblox and finds good games for you to play instead of the hot steamy pile of of garbage that is the front page of Roblox, where most of the games I've talked about won't even show up, but better discovery made it to where it's easier for me and you to enjoy Roblox. And whoever suggested to me, thank you. I mean, it even has player reviews, which are pretty funny if you want to read through them. All the games in this video were actually really fun in their own way, and I am proud of you guys for not suggesting something like Rukia Phighting or that one cotton picking simulator game that was on Roblox at one point. I don't know where that thing is at, but I'm just glad it's off Roblox. But as I said in every video, if you guys enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more content like this one, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.